Yes, guys, welcome back to Jason Green Arrows and Unite triple captain Erling Haalanders. Erling Haaland triple captainers, but also Unite wildcarders, because if you didn't triple captain Haaland, you still got big points because you brought in loads of players like Gabriel that went big. Dean, how was your game week, mate? I guess you went triple captain Haaland, did you?
I did, mate. Yeah, triple captain Haaland. Happy days. Obviously, had a bit of a wobble, didn't I? Where I was kind of considering not triple captain, and for a moment, I even did think about a free hit because I drew up such a team that I liked. And when Foden made the early difference and Haaland was waiting on, I was like, I should have done the free hit. But yeah, Haaland just kept us waiting, and then bang, bang, you're dead. And that was that. That
Mate,
was
Foden
that.
didn't get the goal in the end. It went down as an Esteve own goal. So Foden finished on 1 point.
I know.
I
couldn't
believe
Mad,
that, isn't it?
That is bad. That is bad. So yeah, that's true.
And then Reinders didn't score because again, Esteve pretty much took goals from Reinders and Foden. So thanks, Esteve, who got DEFCON but also scored 2 own goals. So yeah, that game though, we saw it coming, didn't we? I know many will say it was late and 90th minute. Goals in the 90th minute still count like a goal in the 10th minute. Like I don't think that was lucky at all. You could have argued at 3-1, it was unlucky that Haaland hadn't got one of the 3. Like that was mad. So I felt like it was a game where we chased ceiling, and fair play to everyone in the chat that went there. Let us know what point you're on. I'm seeing some unbelievable scores this week.
Yeah, it was nice. So yeah, we can get the just get the picture up. Just stick the Haaland picture up and enjoy the moment that me and G were waiting for. Obviously, we both went for it. We decided, we did a whole show on it basically. Like, this is the week to triple captain Haaland. Don't miss it. And people were like, Burnley are very good at parking the bus. No, they're not. They're playing Man City. No, they're not. They've conceded 3 goals against Man United. They conceded 3 goals against someone else. They're going to concede goals here. They conceded 5. So if that was your opinion, then it was a bad one.
The amount of comments we had being like, they'll park the bus, it'll be a late 1-0 win. And or the other hand was the amount of comments we had, which was Haaland will come off at 60. Like, this guy has an ego. He wants to win the Golden Boot. If he's fit, he plays 90 all the time. So yeah,
what a season Haaland is having.
It's best, been brilliant in terms of eye test. It's as good as I've seen him.
This is an awesome Haaland season. Yeah, keep getting your scores up, people. We're sticking them all up on the screen right now. Haaland,
nice.
So on like basic level this week was a 16-pointer. Arsenal, week before that, 9 points. Week before that, Man United, 13 points. Week before that, Brighton, 9 points. He had a quiet week against Tottenham, but he got 13 points first week against Wolves and had 1 quiet week so far. And they're going to keep going and going here. Brentford away, Everton home, Aston Villa away next. This guy's not going to stop. If you haven't still jumped on the Haaland bus, then you are in big, big trouble in this game. But yeah, it really was helpful. Robert says, thanks for pushing us so hard to play the triple captaincy. Like, there's just some things in this game that just aren't worth overthinking. And like I said at the start of the season, too many of you were overthinking Haaland. Like, I'll say it 1,000 times and I'll say it another 1,000 times. He is the best goal scorer in the world. You pick him for your fantasy team. Like, it's as simple as that. You can't save your budget and make up for it because 2 people aren't as good as him. It won't work. So you just pick him and worry about the budget later. And obviously it's easy to say now when it's paid off, but like, you literally said, I said, what do you expect from Haaland this week? And you said 2 goals and hopefully an assist.
Yeah. Couldn't believe he got the assist. He only had 3 assists last season. And I said on the stream on my channel after CGA, I said, I've got a feeling he gets an assist today. I don't know why. It's going to be an assist and maybe a goal, and it will be 2 returns. But it was 3 in the end. Happy days.
It's 3. It is happy days, mate. It's great. And it keeps me personally on a positive trajectory in this game. Another week, another green arrow. And
let's see your points. Let's see your points.
Yeah, see my team up if you want, producer. Yeah. So I'm finally climbing up. It says my overall rank right now is 800,000, but that's not actually true because at the moment it says I've got Declan Rice on the bench on 9 points, and Declan Rice is coming into the team for Muniz. Where's that Declan Rice hater? What was his name? Where are you? Let's be having you.
Sorry, how did Declan Rice get 9? Did he get both assists and then 2 bonus?
Assist. He got bonus points. He got
He didn't
two
get
bonus.
Defcon. He didn't
Two
get
bonus
Defcon, did he?
assist. And what else did he get here?
Hang on, let me check.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Defcon. He got 2 Defcon, 2 bonus points, 3 for the assist, 2 points for playing. So thank you very much.
Fair play.
Thank you very much. That's why I'm picking Declan.
He hit 12, mate. You need 12, and he hit 12. Like he probably got one in the last couple of minutes.
I don't keep tabs on. I don't keep tabs on Defcon at all, right? But I was watching the game, and there was one particular moment when Rice made this recovery and made it, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if he's going to get me any Defcon points this week."
Yeah. I love it where in the same phase of play you get like an interception, a recovery, and a clearance. You're like, I've just had 3 Defcon in 10 seconds from the same phase of play from the same player. Yeah. Love that.
Rice is great in games like that because he's just such a machine up and down the pitch. And then, when he swings in that cross for the goal, you're just like, get in there. Obviously, I've got a bit lucky because I had Muniz in the starting lineup and Muniz was nowhere to be seen at the weekend. To be fair, Fulham weren't anywhere to be seen at the weekend, but Muniz quite literally because he's out injured. So I've got him into the team. Happy days. So
Juicy Hall injured in the warm-up and you get Gay.
Yeah, that'd be handy. So technically, I'm on 84 points here with Dewsbury Hall.
Hey, you're in the top like 500k possibly after this game week.
I will be in the top. I think I'll be in the top 500k. I can't name you
a content creator other than Chai that's in the top 500k.
Yeah, so that's good. Obviously, I need to keep it up, but yeah, I've picked up. I mean, 3 weeks ago, I was at 3 million rank or something. Yeah. Like, there's really not much in this, people. There's really not much in it at the moment. Yeah, like you're not even that far behind me. Like in terms of actual points.
Yeah, it's probably like one different.
What it is. It's like 30 points or something. I can't remember. Yeah, it was like I looked at somebody else and they were like, oh, I'm not doing 2. They were like, my rank's like, I don't know, whatever it was, 4 million or something, and they were like 45 points behind me. I was like, that technically you're 1 good game week away from me.
Like, one massive game week.
Or one really good selection on a captain or whatever, and you've caught me. So,
and same way if you have a bad one, like my one bad, like I captained Cunha for 1 point when everyone else captained Bruno for 20. That swing there, that 18 points, 2 to 20 was enough to go, oh, that's 2 million in rank, like 3 million from one like switch of the armband. We're going to come off your team, Dean, just because I don't think many will be able to see your points because it's quite small. So we'll go to mine because I think it's bigger. But you at 75 with, 364 in total. Dean's put it in the chat. So fair play. Let us know if you're beating Dean. And Dean, this can't be another season where you beat me. I can't do that. So here's my team. It should be a little bit bigger. Senesi, we both had. Coming in again. Late assist, mate. He's now 6 from 6 for Defcon.
What a pick.
Yeah.
What's his value now? Is it gone up a little bit more again?
4.9 now, maybe.
I think it's 4.9.
8 or 4.9. He's definitely
still great value.
Every day.
Still absolute value.
Go buy him. Still a great buy. I'd pay 5.5 for Senesi at the minute. Like we're paying that for Tarkowski, and Tarkowski's, very similar asset for Senesi. They'll finish on similar points.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's a great pick. What else have you got there? Anyone else get you? Oh, Watkins. You finally got a Watkins return. Of course, very Fulhamish.
Rob's from that assist. Did you see the assist he got, which wasn't given to him? See the second goal?
The second goal. Yeah.
Comes off Rodgers' hand.
I assumed
the assist.
I couldn't believe that. I assumed you were getting it, but when I saw the replay, I was like, "Oh, there's a small chance Watkins isn't getting this assist." I was still surprised he didn't.
I tweeted FPL, and I thought I might get in trouble for that. I tweeted him a few times, being like, "Salah got a handball assist yesterday, and the assist wasn't given to him, and I owned Salah. Rodgers gets a handball assist, gets it, and I owned Watkins." I was like, both those handball assists.
Yeah, I don't really see why they would do it. I don't see why they would give it.
It's weird because the intended target for Watkins was Buendia, and it took a nick on the way, but
no, totally. Anyway, mate, I obviously was very annoyed to see it. I was like, okay, G deserves this. Like the persistence has paid off. He's got some points in the bag from him.
Yeah, and now I've got to keep him. Like I look at this team, and whilst I'm close to wildcarding this week, and guys, if I wildcard, you'll be the first to know about it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet because I still can't work out if I wildcard, I don't have Watkins, right? Clearly, I'm not going to put him on wildcard, but I would love him for Burnley, and I think he scores versus Burnley. If I wildcard, I still don't know the answer to, do I wildcard Salah and Haaland or just Haaland? If the answer is Salah and Haaland, I may as well stick with my current team and just take a 4-point hit and get close to the wildcard team and then have it for a rainy day.
This is now actually becoming a dilemma on Salah.
Is he a hold? Because I'm not sure he is now. The
thing is, right, I'm basically playing with 10 men in the game at the moment because Salah's in there. But it's not really hurting to have him. And there's not an obvious person that I need instead of him. So even though he's 14.4 mil or whatever he is at the moment, it doesn't really matter because the budget isn't a problem. And whatever he opens up, I don't really know where I would stick it. I mean, the only thing I guess I would be tempted by coming up, and we'll go through this properly in a minute, would be Xhaka, right? Looking at Arsenal's fixtures, what they've got coming up, who's going to become a dangerous asset in this game, it's probably Xhaka, the one that I would be tempted to turn him into. So that would ultimately be the big dilemma. But I honestly just feel like I don't even look at Salah in my team. I don't look at Salah in my team anymore. I'm not sure Arne Slot even looks at Salah in his team anymore. I don't know if he realised he was still on the pitch at the end of that game. Why is Salah still out there?
He does get 90. It doesn't matter how bad he plays. He'll always be the 90-minute man.
It's like Sunday League stuff. It's literally like Sunday League stuff. He's just left on the pitch. It's he's our best player. I can't take him off.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He's not quite the best player at the moment, though.
But he did step up in that Atletico Madrid game. And it was that Champions League game 2 weeks ago, which made me go, I need both in my team. Because he's been bad in FPL all season in the Premier League. But that Atletico Madrid game, I was like, reason to keep him.
Nemanya's got a question for you, mate. He's got, why have you got Elliott and Miley on the bench?
Right, this actually pisses me off because, on my channel, I show my team, but people know my journey, so they don't say stupid things like, "Why has he got Lewis Miley?" I very tactically bought Miley in last week because he was a 4.4, the only 4.4 in the game, pretty much, and I wanted a dead spot. It was a great buy because it enabled me to bring in Haaland. So Miley is a dead spot. And I can have a dead spot because I've bench boosted. But I'm going to have to say that every time I show my team, which is really exhausting.
You are. There you go, Nemanja. You got your answer. He wasn't very happy to give it to you, but you got it.
I really wasn't. I'm livid. In fact, can we block him? Kidding.
Nemanja, become a member. You can do whatever you want, mate.
Why is Nemanja confused? What's so confusing about a dead spot? I actually can't deal with morons.
People don't like weak benches a lot of the time in FPL.
They don't. Why would you want bench points when you've bench boosted? Oh, and by the way, I've got a wild card up my sleeve, so he won't be in my team for long. You can tell this has really hurts me. It just pisses me off. Sorry.
Don't take it personally.
Harvey Elliott, he was a shit pick. Sorry, my bad. I should never have gone Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, Harvey Elliott's had a bad start of things. G sounds a tad hangry, says CH. You hungry, mate? Have you had your dinner yet?
Do you know what? I just thought I went through a phase on this channel where I was quite emotional, and I thought that was quite good content. So here I am again. I'm not saying this to increase views or get likes, but I'm just going to be who I am, and I'm quite an emotional, fiery person. So here I am. My initial reaction to his stupid comment is, "You're a moron," and I can't be asked to justify it, but I know I need to cool it, but I'm sure there's people out there laughing and smiling. So I'll continue being.
You're not a moron, mate. You're not a moron. Tell G your rank, Nemanja. Hopefully you're ahead of him in the game right now. He says you have nice
King,
picks.
or I couldn't have got Haaland. King was 4.5. If I had gone King, I don't get Haaland. I don't triple captain him. How can you not see that? I've used my bench boost and I've still got a wild card.
Oh, I love it. The pressure is getting to him. Look at it. He sat there. It's like Ruben Amorim defending his three at the back.
I'm gonna take my jumper off.
You're like Amorim, mate. You're sweating under the pressure, being asked every week about your system and your setup. 368k rank for Nemanja, who is now better than both of us. So well done, Nemanja. Good on you, mate. I'm delighted. For you. Tell us who we should pick, Nemanja, because I'm always open to it. Especially
Josh
for a
King,
bench
apparently, with the 0.1 I didn't have.
Josh King is absolutely superb. He is absolutely superb. And like, I'm waiting for this guy to start returning points in this game because for Fulham, like, he's right on the cusp, mate, of being like something special. Like, I'm excited about this guy.
What's his best position, Dean? Because he sort of played up front when he had to, because Adama came on and couldn't really play.
Well, we haven't got a forward at the moment. Adama Traore is useless. Adama Traore is useless. Like,
he can't control the ball.
How can you be that big and not be able to protect a football?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing you've at least got to be good at. Have a good touch and like make sure nobody can get it off you. And he's not. He's like Speedy Gonzalez, and he's like wants to charge down the wing, push it in front of him, and smash it.
2 yellow cards for diving in successive weeks.
I was secretly hoping because there was talk of him leaving in the summer, and I was like, honestly, like just get him out. But now, we've got him playing number 9. So there we go. Josh King loves the yellow for diving. Leave him alone. He's my boy.
It's your turn now. Mate, Josh King, like, obviously he's a great asset and big future. Is he just an out-and-out 10? Or will he be a wide forward? What is his position?
Oh, he's going to stay as a 10. No, he's staying as
a 10, isn't he? Like, there's very few players out there at that age that can play that sort of position. Usually, if you're an out-and-out 10, you get pushed out and you're a wide forward early doors. I remember even Kevin De Bruyne, when he first came to Chelsea, could only get in on the right-hand side. We only ever saw him on the right. Josh King's getting Premier League football for a good team as an out-and-out 10, keeping Smith Rowe on the bench to record signing. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Smith Rowe has been very slow to get going, but obviously he's here at some point. Smith Rowe's going to get a go in the starting lineup, but I don't think it's any chance soon. Kevin Taylor makes a good point, which is worth getting on screen in terms of bench options while we're still loosely on the subject. Alderete and Xhaka.
Yeah.
Now,
I put them both in my wildcard team that we showed last week.
And honestly, looking at the weekend's fixtures, I was like, which Sunderland players do I want? Like, they're going to go and win at Old Trafford. They're going to go and win at Old Trafford. They are fearless. Man United have got so much to lose here. Sunderland are like just having the time of their lives with this new team. And I'm convinced they'll score. And it would not surprise me. Will not surprise me if Sunderland go to United and win this weekend. Johan says Alderete is more than just a bench option. And I think I agree. I
might be buying him this week. So with the team we can see now, I just want to get clearance from our friend. What's his name? I can't remember in the chat. Anyway,
leave him alone.
I'm being so mean. He made a good point. He was like, sorry, I'm not familiar with your team value. A fair point.
It's a fair point.
I'm planning on selling Nico Williams. Clearly dreadful. Well, I'm selling João Pedro to Gyökeres. But to do that, I need to free up 0.9. Where do I find 0.9? Nico Williams to a 4 million. Who's the best 4 million to buy? Alderete or Mukiele? Maybe Mukiele, who won't score as many, but actually is better at DEFCON than Alderete. He takes the long throws, though. He's not the target at them. Or do I go and buy Rodon from Leeds, who's also good at DEFCON and got better fixtures? I feel like Sunderland are just a better team, aren't they?
Sunderland are a good team. Like, Sunderland are now at the point, they're not going to go down. I don't think they're going to go down. Like, they've set themselves such a good early platform that they're really, really going to have to crumble to end up in that bottom 3. I know it's very early, 6 games in, but to be... Are they 5th or 6th in the league? I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a quick... 5th in the league. They've got 11 points from 6 games, right?
Third of the way there.
They're 27 points from staying up. Like,
this year, you might need more points than normal, do you think, to stay up?
I don't know.
We talk about the 40-point thing, which you never actually need 40. This year, you might.
Like, Wolves have got 1 point. West Ham have got 3. Burnley have got 4. And obviously, you expect West Ham to climb out of that, but I don't know who the third team is exactly that drops down there. I'm imagining it'll be Leeds, to be honest. I still don't trust that.
Do you
Leeds
not?
I think their performance was fine, but that's a bad sign. The way that they've lost those points against Bournemouth. I mean, very weird substitution at the end of that game. To be seeing out a game, make a sub. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's getting What's Dominic Calvert-Lewin's getting a standing ovation for, by the way, at that stage? I don't know. Like, Are you getting a standing ovation now for work rate or staying on the pitch because he's got through a game? Everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
For getting paid 100k a week or whatever he's on.
He's
probably
missed 2 sitters. He's put 2 chances straight to goalkeeper.
That header was the point blank header. Like, how's he not scored that?
I don't know. I mean, people say like it's hard to get power into one like that.
Yeah, but just place it in the corner, mate.
I'm like, look, he's a player who was on the verge of the England team. Like, this is supposed to be a top forward. So I'm still unconvinced by Leeds, and I still think that they're going to go down. Johan says there's no such thing as a sitter for DCL. Nemanja says, I think Sunderland had nice fixtures at the start of the season. They still seem to be doing great. Yeah, let me see what Sunderland's games are coming up, actually.
It's tough. That's why I was looking at Rodon. The fixtures coming up for Sunderland aren't pretty. They're they're right at the bottom of the ticker, but
I don't mind them. Hang on, because Man United away, great fixture. Wolves home, great fixture. Chelsea away, no idea. Next one, home game, Everton, fine.
Yeah.
And then it's Arsenal at home, which, you don't want someone for that. But I think those 4 are fine. 3 of those 4 games are fine.
Yeah, you're right. Like, Man United's a fine game. Chelsea at the moment is a fine game. You're right. To game week 16, all the way through to AFCON, if you look at it, and they are going to be hit by AFCON. They've got a lot of African players, Sunderland, but they are towards the bottom of the ticker. But yeah, I think the ticker probably doesn't have Sunderland as the team they are, right? It probably sees them as a relegation candidate, and maybe they're going to be better than that this year, or certainly better than bottom 3.
I think they're definitely going to be better than that. Yeah, I'm not too phased by that. What were you going to say, mate?
About, just to finish on my team, and then let's move on. We've put this is Watchlist, of course, but in terms of my team, I've mentioned João Pedro out to Gyökeres, Williams down to a 4 million defender. Now, if I do that, I've got a structure that I'm happy with. I don't care about my bench. Just putting it out there. So don't judge the bench on wildcard. Like, I don't need to wildcard because I've got a bad bench. Please don't think that. I've used my bench boost if you're just joining. What would you do? Would you wildcard now, or would you wildcard later and take the -4? The -4 gets me closer to a team I'd wildcard in. I get Gyökeres. The negative of not wildcarding now is I don't get an Arsenal defender for a couple of weeks. And I know
you have to strike while the iron's hot. You have to strike while the iron's hot. There is no point putting this off.
I think my team's in good shape, though, if I get Gyökeres in and a 4 million defender. I don't love the defence. Like, Pedro Porro and Munoz aren't going to be in a wildcard team. But Munoz, he was so close to a 15-pointer at the weekend, and he got a 2-pointer. Like, on Addison with a worldy save, so close to a clean sheet, so close to DEFCON. He got 9, he needs 10. He would have got 3 bonus. It would have been a mega haul from Munoz. I feel like he's got one coming. And if I wildcard, I lose Ollie Watkins for Burnley.
That's fine.
It's not. He's going to brace. He's going to brace, just like Haaland did.
He's not. I'm still annoyed that we allowed a goal like that, by the way, like a 50-yard ball over the top. Like, that's absolutely ludicrous that's how he's been able to get a goal.
It wasn't as bad as the 50-yard ball over the top of Maguire for Igor Thiago's goal, which everyone assumed was offside. It was like...
unbelievable.
Oh, the poll's split, mate, here. Wasting 4 points, you get the transfer, Gianni says Sean. It's a no-brainer to wildcard. The pros massively outweigh the cons. The problem is with wildcard, I don't know what I'm doing. There isn't a team I love. Like, is it Haaland and Salah, or just Haaland? I don't know. That's the big question.
You don't need Salah. You don't need Salah for that guy. If you wildcard, you don't need Salah. I'm convinced.
We're all going to want Salah in 2 weeks' time. I'm convinced of it, because he's got a great fixtures. He's got Man United next week at Anfield. Like, he always scores in that fixture. I think we're going to want. I think we're going to want Salah. We're going to go. We can't have Salah because we've got Haaland. Well, maybe both is the key. Still, I don't know.
Yeah, as I say, I'm being a bit contradictory there because I'm keeping Salah for now.
But you're saying you wouldn't keep him on wildcard?
At this point, it's a good point about the Man United game, because someone just said DM McDonald just said in the chat that he's thinking of triple captain in Salah for that game. But realistically, you can do without him. You can do without him, because that same game week. Let me just make sure I get this right before I go give him false information. So Liverpool home to Man United, the same week that Arsenal are away to Fulham, right? And are you really, say you get Saka in instead of Salah, and then you've got a few million in the bank to go and put towards, I don't know, Foden, Doku, whoever. Man City have got Everton at home that week. I think you're doing just as well to go and do that. I think
do
that's
you
fine.
think?
Yeah, because I don't think Salah's not going to score a hat-trick against Man United.
Yeah, but we're going to want him. Look at his fixtures after that. Like he's got a great run. I think Mo Salah is going to be impossible for content creators and engaged managers to get to when they've got a Haaland set up because they've just wildcarded. I can be that point of difference. And play against the template.
I'm keeping him, but I don't think I should really. I'm keeping him just because I'm saying the budget allows me to because I can still have pretty much everyone else I want.
There's no one else putting their hand up and going.
There's no one else I'm desperate
Palmer,
for.
Saka, Bruno. Like we don't need those players at the minute.
You don't need them yet, and we'll see. Like say Saka bangs at the weekend when Arsenal got a home game against West Ham. Like I'm slightly fearful for not having Saka for that game, for example. Like knowing that West Ham are terrible from corners. Like I kind of want Saka and Rice for that game, knowing that I've got both set piece takers from each side for swinging them in because West Ham can't deal with it. Can they fix that in the space of 10 days or whatever under Espirito Santo? Maybe, but I'm not convinced by it. So yeah, Simon says he hasn't seen you this rattle since Chelsea lost. So Saturday. So nice one, Simon. I like that banter. Can we just get up the price rises? We'll do that part next because I'm interested.
Yeah.
While we're starting to consider our picks for next week, there have been some price rises which are
which for me is a wild card. I've missed out on already. You know, I could have bought these players in and I haven't because I haven't hit the button.
Exactly. And there's some here. Semenyo, mate, he's just
if I don't wildcard, I go without Semenyo, which is killing me.
Not stopping. Like, I'm so glad I got Semenyo in as early as I did. I watched the first two games for Bournemouth, and I was like, whoa, this guy he's serious. Like
that Liverpool game on game week 1, he was sent out of this world, wasn't he?
He's not letting up. Yeah, so he got a 15-pointer against Liverpool, obviously first game week, which we all watched. Then he got a 6-pointer against Wolves. I bought him in, I think, game week 3 when he didn't do anything against Tottenham. But then Brighton 13 points, Newcastle 5 points, Leeds 7 points. And his next 3 games are Fulham, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. At 7.8 million, Semenyo is still worth getting in. Bournemouth doing really well this season. Areola continues to prove himself. So out of that list, I've got Mark Gay here, and I think he's a good get. Reinders is obviously still a good get. Not as good a value as he was when he was at 5.5 when we were getting him, but still reasonable because he's going to play most weeks. Gabriel.
You need Gabriel.
Potentially need, yeah.
I need Gabriel quick, and I won't get him quick because I'm not wildcarding as things stand.
Yeah. Haaland, obviously, no-brainer. And then Isak.
You don't need Isak.
Not yet, but do you for that Man United game?
Well, if you've got Salah, you've got the best one because he's the one I can guarantee starts and guarantee plays 90.
Well, Isak will start that. Isak will start against Man United. There's no way they've bought a £125 million striker and they're not paying him at Man United at home.
What if Ekitike scores a brace in the Champions League 3 days before? You're not going to drop him, are you?
Mate,
you might play him both.
No way Isak is being benched for Man United at home.
I think it depends on Ekitike's form. I know long term, I'm with you. He won't get benched, but right here, right now, he's not fully fit.
I mean, look, Slot's obviously angry at Ekitike right now, and rightly so. Like, Ekitike's cost Liverpool a win at the weekend because if Ekitike had been available for that game at Crystal Palace, they could have won it. And his non-availability meant that Isak has had to play a long spell of the game. He's not match fit, Isak.
No, that's clear, isn't it? When you see the viral clip of him like with his hands on his knees after
people are like judge like oh, Isak's not looking that sharp. No, he's not looking sharp because he's not ready. Like he's off it by a yard or whatever, and he's just not consistent with all his decision making, and his brain and his body just not quite as one yet. But he's going to be good, and it might be that it's ready for that Man United game. So I'm open-minded about that. And if I was wildcarding, I would be tempted. Just knowing what's to come.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think my wildcard decision might come down to what I see in the Champions League this week. Like, what do I see from Arsenal and Saka? What do I see from Liverpool and Salah? What do I see from even Ollie Watkins on Thursday night and rests and stuff like that? I'm pretty sure. Is there a full round of Europa Conference and Europa League as well? It's not just Champions League this week, is it?
This weekend. This midweek.
There's all the Thursday games this week.
Let me just double check what the scheduling is. But it will be. I'm just double checking. Yeah, Europa League on Thursday, and I never checked the Conference League is there too. So
Villa go to Feyenoord. Tough.
Yeah, Palace go to Kiev. Palace go to Kiev on Thursday.
Ooh, I tell you one pick. Let's come off the price rises. One pick I would go from wildcard. Ismaila Saar. He's 6.4, mate.
Yeah.
And he pretty much plays in the front too. Like, I don't see Ismaila Saar as a wide forward. I see him as Mateta's strike partner because Jeremy Pino is so much deeper. It's literally a front two. We'll come off the price rises page. Guys, we would love you to like and subscribe. Like, genuinely, like, we feel this is a proper community channel. Even when I shout at you lot, apologies for my outburst. But
angry dad.
Yeah.
Had a bad day at work.
Oh, honestly, that's why we were late. I couldn't get Gaia out of this room. She wanted to play on the pool table. Look, she's lined up all those balls, which aren't pool balls. I've taken all my pool balls off.
They're from the ball pit. They're from the ball pit.
They're ball pit balls.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that have been on this table for about 6 months. But yeah, I couldn't get her out, and it's bedtime, and she's like, I want to do the Tiggle Monster or play this. And I'm like, I just need you out this room. I don't care about the tears. I just need you out the room.
Oh my goodness, mate. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the wife's 8.5 months pregnant.
I was going to say you've got loads more chaos to come in the next year, mate. You've got it all. How this show's going to keep going, I don't know. Going to be like a crash in the background.
Ismaila Saar. What's your take on him, mate? Because 6.4 million, I see him as I think since he's been at Palace, certainly end of the run in last season, he's become like such a reliable attacking output like monster for them, and he's a big part of the reason why I think they can challenge for like top 6 this year, because you look at Saar, Mateta, and that's just a quality front line. They've lost to Eze and they haven't slowed down. Like, it's unbelievable.
I mean, he's been able to thrive. He's almost been able to like become himself because Elise's disappeared and then Eze's disappeared, and it's like opened up this opportunity for somebody else to really become a star. And we already knew that he was good, but he's becoming even more than that. And I definitely overlook him. And every time he scores, I'm like, I'm not taking this guy seriously enough. And he's got to be a consideration while he's at this price point, because he's like a Semenyo, like he's going up and up. And these players we've got to take serious, because the top 6 is gone. That doesn't exist anymore. We're always targeting like these big clubs. Can I get a we're not saying, can I get a Man United? I said Bruno, I guess. But you're like, what Tottenham player do I need? Or what this player, Man City player? And it's like, all we really need, like, where are you fixed on Liverpool? Where are you fixed on Arsenal? Have you got Haaland? And then beyond that, it doesn't really matter anymore. You want to be looking at the teams that aren't as fashionable. And your Bournemouths and your Palaces are definitely like targets in that sense.
Yeah, you get a talisman from a Bournemouth and you go, like, I get 90 minutes every week. I don't have to worry about the Thursday night trips because they're not in Europe. That's why Man United should be good. The no European football. I tell you what, if Crystal Palace didn't have European football this season, I reckon Ismaila Saar, Mateta and Manoz, like, they would be in so many more teams. But as things stand, we're going probably a little bit more cautious on Palace, maybe even Villa too eventually, because, and certainly Forest, even we're not going near them now anyway because of Ange, but that Thursday night game just impacts those teams so much more. Just like it would if Bournemouth were in Europe, we probably wouldn't all have Semenyo in our teams.
Yeah.
But they're not. So who's the other team, like a Bournemouth, that don't have Europe? I wonder if it's Brighton. Like, Minter is another one that I put in my wildcard draft last week or the week before. I feel like Minter, a bit like Saar, is going under the radar. I think he's like 6 million, and he's really good, and he's quite greedy, which I like. Like, for an FPL asset, I feel like Brighton will score lots of goals. Probably not as many as Palace, probably not as many as Bournemouth, but they always score goals, Brighton.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, Minte is on an absolute tear at the moment. He's full of energy. He's like a pressing monster. He's creative.
Yeah,
he is looking dangerous. And Brighton's starting to show some of the signs that we were expecting from them at the start of the season. Just looking at their goal output recently, obviously 3 at the weekend against your lot, Chelsea, 6 in midweek against Barnsley, 2 against Tottenham the game before that. We're starting to see a pattern. Obviously, got 6 again in the other EFL Cup game they played as well against Oxford. So, like, there's definitely goals in this team. And their next match is Wolves. Why should Brighton not go to Wolves and score 3 goals? They could, couldn't they? So I absolutely think that that's the other team that comes into this equation, because Brighton have not been reaching the heights that they will reach over the course of this season. They were widely expected to be in that top 6 this season, and they will get there. They will get there. It's just a case of believing in that lineup, believing in that system, and expecting that, Mitoma and Minte, whoever else they decide to start within that front 3 or 4, carry them there. I'll tell you what, one thing that's surprising about Brighton this season is that Carlos Baleba, he ain't on it.
Do you reckon they'll sell him in Jan? Because they're playing without him at the moment and they're fine.
The reason they won't sell him is because who's going to pay 100 million for Baleba?
And they want 100 now because they know in the summer they could have got it.
They want 100 mil for him. And there's no way Man United could go and spend £100 million on a player that's putting in a 5 out of 10 performance. They can't do that, surely.
Even United can't. They can't buy him now off what he did last year. Like, you need to see something. And Brighton fans have not seen anything in the first 6 game weeks.
It's very, very strange that he, maybe it did get into his head. I know he had a bit of a knock at the start of the season, so there's that to consider. But this was a game at the weekend, Baleba going up against Moises Caicedo, obviously another former Brighton midfielder. And I mean, he's come off second best in that. He's been subbed. It's proper 5 out of 10 performance from Baleba. But Brighton have still gone to Chelsea and won 3-1 without their so-called star player performing at a level that he would have been expected to.
I mean, Chelsea had Sanchez, Cucurella, Caicedo. Who else? There's a fourth.
João Pedro.
João Pedro. In our starting 11. 4 of our, that's 300 million. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And they were the better team. Chelsea first, it was a proper game of 2 halves. But I don't know what's going on at Chelsea. But when you look at the XG plot, it was all Chelsea and then it was all Brighton. It was a collapse again from Chelsea. And that's why I think João Pedro, Dean, do you think João Pedro's a sell? Because I put this in my WhatsApp group and Mark made a good point. Mark might be watching now. He said, because of the ownership, you just can't sell him. I disagree with that point, but I understand it. It's very scary going without someone that's 67% owned and only costs you 7 million, right?
I haven't had him all season.
You've not had him all season. He's had 0.15 XG in 3 games. He's had, I think, 1 shot, 1 attempt in 3 matches in terms of on target, I think. I'm selling him for Gyökeres and I'm selling him guilt-free. I don't care about the ownership. But I also look at the fixtures. I don't think he gets much against Liverpool. And then he's got Forest. Ordinarily, Forest is a good fixture for a forward under Ange. But it's the first game of the game week after the international break. And he's off to Japan for Brazil.
I
don't know if he's going to start.
Yeah, I think those next 2 games are horrible fixtures for João Pedro owners, and I think you should be jumping off him. I'm very unconvinced about what Chelsea have got. Obviously, they've got Benfica tomorrow, which is a big game in itself because Mourinho's coming back and all of that stuff. But Enzo Maresca, is a bit more focus on him now, and there's a bit of talk is he under pressure? There's been a meeting and all this. Maresca's actually putting Chelsea under some pressure because he's saying, "Hang on, I told you in the summer about the goalkeeper situation, the centre-back situation, and he was overruled is probably going a bit far, but it was decided that they could get through without signing either of those positions."
Mad.
And what's happened the last 2 game weeks? The goalkeeper positions cost him, the centre-back positions cost him, and suddenly you're looking at a record of 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats from 6 games. It's not good enough. And
I bet Maresca wanted a 9 when Jackson went. Calling Mark Guiu back from loan wasn't really a Jackson.
There you go. Yeah. And there's that to come as well.
For all of our transfers, it's crazy that we've been left short in 3 very key areas. I don't get that. We missed out on Mike Maignan and we didn't go again.
It just doesn't make any sense to me how you could spend over £1 billion and not have a decent goalkeeper, not have a recognised elite striker, and not really have a great centre back. You've got some good centre backs, obviously within the setup, but available right now.
Yeah, Fofana's always thick note. Colwell's, not far off. Yeah. Mate, let's talk 4.5 million forwards because a few in the chat have mentioned this. We saw Krupa Jr. come on for Bournemouth and score. Again, could he start getting some game time? And if he keeps scoring goals, he'll be given an opportunity. We know he's got high reputation. Fulham have got a 4.5 million forward that from the academy that I think Silva has said today, like they might have to use because Raul Jimenez and Muniz are both injured. So Kusi Asare, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, could he get a game, or would they just go with one of the wide forwards playing number 9, like would Chukwueze or I don't know, Adama play down the middle again? Where do Fulham go for the number 9, and what do you make of Bournemouth's 4.5 million forward as well?
Yeah, I don't think Fulham are going to get to the situation where they'll experiment with that, to be honest. Like, there's been like no sign of that so far. Like, he's not in and around the team, so I don't see he's going to be getting any chance of a start. It's not really in Marco Silva's makeup to go and do something like that. So typically he'll find somebody else to put there and get him through. Like Asare, like probably come off the bench at some point, but like he's not going to be starting the next game. So I would ignore the potential of that happening at Bournemouth, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what the update is on Muniz. I haven't read about it to be honest, and I haven't checked it out. But I will be doing that this week to see whether I need to get rid of him. Johan, if you know more about Kusi Asare, then let us know. I'll be interested to if you know a bit more info on what sort of player he is. But
I'll find a Silva quote today because there was something doing the rounds on social from Silva being like, we might have to use him, but
he's talking nonsense. He's not going to do that.
And he's talking about putting him in the matchday squad, not actually like putting him in the 11.
That's it. He's not even getting minutes like off the bench and stuff. And so
I'm surprised he's even listed in the game. Like,
yeah, like we played against Cambridge United last week and he was an unused sub and we were struggling for a goal. So if he's not getting on in a game where we're struggling against League One Cambridge, I don't think he's going to be starting at, was it Bournemouth away? Yeah, Bournemouth away. That's not going to happen. Colm says Silva seems stubborn about JKA. He wasn't even on the bench. Exactly. 6'4" striker on loan from Bayern, says Johan. Yeah, so
he's on loan from Bayern. Okay.
So we'll see. Like, it was all a bit last minute to me in terms of getting him in. James says we really want to see Kevin play for Fulham again. Yeah, Kevin's being held back at the moment. Has had a couple of knocks since coming in. Got 20-odd minutes against Villa at the weekend when it was all too late. So yeah, we will see Kevin. I think really Kevin's the sort of player you want to start shining at home. So
yeah,
I think we'll have a little bit of a wait before Kevin's his full self, because Fulham haven't got great fixtures. Bournemouth away, Arsenal at home, Newcastle away. It's all a massive avoid for me.
It is, but on wildcard, I would be going Anderson because he again hit DEFCON. Did you see that, Dean?
And that's fine going forward, because once you get to November, Fulham have got a Wolves home game, Everton away, Sunderland home, and like suddenly you're like, okay, that's fine. Like that's absolutely sound.
Yeah, okay, nice. We've got which Arsenal assets to target. I might ask our producer just to tweak that title for catch up, because I think we're going to do an Arsenal assets video in the week. So we're going to do a which Arsenal assets to target 10-minute standalone. So stay tuned for that on Wednesday. Dean, what I'm thinking we'll do in that one, we'll look at all the Arsenal players, like not just the 3 everyone's buying, like Gabriel, Saka and Gyökeres, but let's talk Timber. Let's talk Eze. Let's talk, right, like there are other options there at Arsenal. Declan Rice, like...
Mate, 100%. If we can actually stick the Arsenal fixtures up for now, just to give everyone a bit of a preview of what we've got coming up, because that was a massive win for Arsenal at the weekend. And people's like, oh, it's too early to talk about title races and things like that. It's not, because Arsenal were in a situation of such a huge swing here. Like, they could have been 8 points off the pace if Liverpool had won and they would lost. Instead, Liverpool have lost and they've won right at the death. And it's an ex-Arsenal player that scored the Crystal Palace goal. And it's a Gabriel header that's won them the game right at the death of their own game. It closes the gap to 2 points. It shows they've got a resilience about them. And now they've got a great 5 games before they get to a North London derby, which is the chance to make a statement. That is, you have to be trusting Arsenal through this period. At the end of those 5 weeks that are to come, Arsenal are going to be top of the league. They will be top of the league after that Sunderland game. Because when you compare what Arsenal have got coming up to what Liverpool have got coming up, Liverpool will drop points, and there's potential that Arsenal either don't drop any points or are only dropping a couple, say Crystal Palace potentially. So I'm 100% trusting this team right now. I backed them at the start of the season on Ranks FC. We did our predictions for the start of the season. I said I think Arsenal win the league. It was bold. It was a bit different, and it looked wrong in the early game weeks. But while I still think Liverpool should be favourites to win the league. Someone just said Arsenal was slight title favourites. I don't think that's right. I think you have to be giving the benefit of the doubt to the champions because they've got such strength in depth, such quality, such goal power to come from Isak and Ekitike when they're both available at the same time. Liverpool should still be favourites. But this 5 games that's coming up will swing it. And we'll get to November and suddenly we will have a proper title race in our hands. And I think that Arsenal will be leading the league. So, yeah, West Ham, just make sure that you've got at least 2 decent Arsenal assets in there to cover you. I'm not sure that I'm sufficiently covered at this stage. I've only got Declan Rice. I definitely will be starting Declan Rice for that game. I'm somebody short. And I don't... Oh, sorry, I've got Gyökeres as well, so I'm wrong. I've got Gyökeres and I've got Declan Rice. Is that enough? Or do I want an Arsenal defender in there? I probably want an Arsenal defender. Looking at those 5 games, to not have Raya, to not have Gabriel, to not even have Timber, I think is going to be a mistake for me.
Yeah, I like that. I think I'm the same. It's a big mistake not having an Arsenal defender. Can we go Fulham away? And then I think it's Crystal Palace at home. Can we go those 2 games without an Arsenal defender and then jump on them? Yeah, we can, but we're probably going to miss a clean sheet, if not 2. We'll talk about that more in that video. Mate, the team uses out for West Ham. Magassa, who I don't know who he is, but he's a centre-back or DM, has come straight into the 11. So I'm trying to work out if it's a back 5 or back 4. Obviously, Mavropanos and Kilman are both starting. He's playing Fulkrug, Somerville and Bowen in what looks like probably a 4-3-3. Interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, this is a huge game for them. I don't believe that they'll have changed enough from what they were to really make a mark under Nuno. Obviously, his job here as West Ham manager is just to not lose, and you've got to turn this into a boring game, basically. But by naming that lineup, he's clearly identifying a counter-attacking opportunity.
Yeah, so Somerville, Bowen playing wide, Paqueta playing slightly deeper to thread those balls.
Yeah, so they clearly sense that they've got an opportunity to hit him here. And
Everton struggled at home versus Brighton. They won the football match, but Brighton hit them on the counter a lot. Everton at home in the new stadium with all their low socks ballers, they're actually having a go. They're actually leaving a bit of space, Everton, which you don't always associate with David Moyes teams.
Yeah.
And the Everton team is as you'd expect it, by the way. Dewsbury Hall, Grealish and Dye. Beto gets the nod as the 9. Oh, the goalkeeper situation at West Ham's interesting because they obviously spent quite big money in the summer on Hermansen, didn't they? Is Areola starting tonight? Because he's only 4.3, I think.
Okay.
Hermansen 4.5, Areola 4.3.
Yeah, interesting. He's terrible, so that's probably not a good idea. I'm not convinced by that at all. I do think Everton will win this game, but I think that I think that there's definitely opportunity here. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm still back. I'm just looking at the lineups on my phone to just kind of weigh up what they've got. Like that front four, I don't like Beto personally, but NGI, Dewsbury Hall and Grealish up against that West Ham defence. Yeah, I still think Everton get the breakthrough and just have the edge on that game.
Yeah, 4.3 million Areola intrigues me. Not because I rate him, but just because it's the idea of a Nuno goalkeeper.
Mate, not yet. It could be good value. Areola's better. He is the better of the two. And Areola, at times, has been a really good goalkeeper in the Premier League. But confidence has been on the absolute floor. And that's the problem. You need them to regain some confidence. So maybe after the international break, when they've had a couple of games, once Nuno's been able to get his feet under the table, perhaps you can start to consider that. Sigurd has been kind enough to give us a few quid. Thank you, mate. He said, who should I let go for Gabriel? Who should I let go for Gabriel? Rice Raya or Xhaka. Oh, right. He's got to get rid of an Arsenal asset to get Gabriel in.
Yeah, okay. And we'll come away from the Arsenal fixtures. We're done on Arsenal. Although this is an Arsenal question, I guess. But I don't know. Sigurd, that's really generous of you. Thank you so much. I do. Whilst I said Gabriel was a must-have,
those three are better.
I wouldn't be taking hits. If you've got 2 free transfers, fine. But for Fulham and Palace, it's okay going with double attack. Oh, sorry, I think it's West Ham, then Fulham, then Palace. I think they've got. I think you're all right going without Gabriel. I wouldn't be using 2 free transfers necessarily on that.
No.
But if you've got the luxury and you don't have other fires, then if I'm dropping one, it would be Rice. I'd go double defense and Gyökeres.
Yeah. Well, I like all 3 of those options. I wouldn't swap any of them out for Gabriel, to be honest, mate. I wouldn't do that.
British 87 says that's not a few quid, by the way. It's not. I've just Googled it. Thank you very much, Sigurd. You're always very generous with your super chats.
I'm gonna have a look because I didn't. I just guessed.
It's 18 or 19 pounds.
What?
Yeah,
that's extremely generous. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Pays G's fee for the show, so that's that covered. Thank you.
It's I'm thinking he's probably only got Declan Rice because of you. So we can probably blame the fact he's blocked from Gabriel. I'm going to blame you, Dean.
Don't blame me for having one of the best assets in the game.
For getting 9 points at the weekend from Declan Rice. Although you missed out on 13 from Gabriel. I was gutted when that Gabriel header went in because I knew in my head, I was like, triple captainers have had a great week. But deep down, I knew all wildcarders had Gabriel. So as soon as that Gabriel goal went in, I was like, the wildcarders have just caught me. Just caught me this week.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. We know about 50% of you aren't subbed, and that's completely cool. Hopefully we can convince some of you to subscribe today if you want to. But thanks for liking. If you've got any content ideas for videos in the week, let us know. We're going to do one on Arsenal because I think Arsenal are the team everyone's going after this week for obvious reasons, top of the ticker. But any other topics you want to discuss, we can. If I wildcard, we'll do a video on that. It is a Friday deadline this week, Dean. Get in.
Oh, it is a Friday deadline.
So when will we stream on Friday? Let's work it out because the deadline will be 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 10:30 a.m. my time. Yeah, so it's 6:30 p.m. for you.
So the YouTubers will go live at 4:30. So we need to do 3:30.
Okay.
Or 3.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, expect
that work for you. Does it? Not too early?
Oh, it's fine. Whatever. I'm used to sitting here at 1 o'clock in the morning recently, so I'm sure I can be up at 7.
We had a question. How did your day as coach go? Your Sunday morning.
The kickoff thing didn't work. That just ended up in the goalkeeper's arms. That was rubbish.
At least it was on target.
Yeah, it was on target. The goalkeeper just was like standing there like this.
And looked over to the bench and went, "I'm not an idiot."
The funny thing was, the other team then did it. We won 5-0. So we did actually only kick off once. But then the other team, every time they kicked off, they just booted it straight to our goalkeeper.
Yeah, okay. You set a tone.
So I set a tone. We had the first kickoff, and that was the only one we had. And then that was it. The other team just were like, "Oh, well, we'll do that as well then." And then we're just like giving us possession back straight away.
I can imagine the other team though being like, "Oh my god, they've got a coach from England. He used to play for Fulham." Like I can imagine you're like some like Mourinho character, the special one by all the other parents. He's going to be the savior. We're winning 5 every week.
Well, it did happen. The week before was quite funny. We played against the team that were top of the league, right? And everyone's like, "Oh, you're playing against the best team this week." Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's kids football, whatever. Anyway, I obviously had a plan. So I picked it's 7 aside, but you have a squad of 10 and you got 7 players.
Right.
And so I left. You play 2 halves, but they split it in half, so it's kind of like a quarters, just that you can make the subs. Anyway, so for the first quarter, I left my 3 best players on the bench, right? Because every player, you're not allowed to play a full game because you've got 10 players, so they all have to try to get equal game time, which doesn't exactly work out. But I was like, and so everyone's a bit puzzled. They were like, "Why on earth are we playing this team?" And I was like, right.
Lure him in.
We don't need to worry about having a shot in the first quarter. all we do is we don't let them score. We do not let them score. And so the assistant was like, what are you doing? I was like, well, all we've got to do is if we don't concede a goal in the first quarter, we've got our best team available for the other 3. And they definitely won't have that because they're going to make subs. There's no way that anybody in this league is thinking this to the levels that I am overthinking this.
Did your defenders do a job and did they get DEFCON points?
Mate, they did. They were just getting the ball and just booting it down the other end. The other team ran to get it, run back down, boot it back down the other end. And then we played the game out and they went down. They had to take their best players off in the third quarter, whatever. We scored the goal. We won 1-0. It worked.
Top of the league. Are you top? You'll be top of the league soon then, no?
We've played the other good team this week, so if we beat them, we'll be top of the league.
Oh, so come on!
I'm going to try it again. I'm going to gamble again.
You've got to, mate.
That Mourinho plays
will get round soon, though. That it's like, oh, actually, we should be finishing with our best players against the weaker team. That might get round.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but it's very funny how I'm. Yeah, there's no way anyone else in the league is overthinking this stuff like I am. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly.
We've had, by the way, during that, which was lovely. I think we got to touch on your management career, your proper management, not FPL management. We've had Ryan send 5 memberships. Ryan, you're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you very much. I think, and you know what, Mackham, one of our regulars, won. Gamil James, 1111 won. So yeah, thank you very much. We'll do a members only video or 2 this week. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. I hope no one else from the league is watching this. Otherwise, someone said the cat's out the bag. Blimey, if the other under 10 managers are watching this, then that is deep analysis.
There we go. Proper research. Guys, thank you for watching. You've been awesome. We love our chasers very much. Each and every one of you, all of you, and you know what I'm talking about.
Nemanja, you're top. You're top, Nemanja.
There we go. Yeah, we'll do a shout out for Nemanja next episode as well. And if I wildcard, Lewis Miley's going to be in. Just putting that out there. Guys, we will see you on Wednesday for a video about Arsenal, on Thursday for a video about something else, and on Friday for the deadline stream in FPL YouTube. It's Chasing Green Arrows. It'll be around 3 o'clock. Do come and see it. Guys, on the way out, we would love it if you could hit the buttons. Please subscribe. Please like. Drop a comment if you're watching on Catch Up. And we will see you in the next.